Hey there, Ranger Nation. It's Nate, and welcome to the Webcast with Attitude LR4. And this is episode 100. No, it's not 100. It's 224. God, I'm going backwards. So, and this episode is called Round 2 Fight. Because we're going to be discussing not one, not two, but 6 episodes of Gojuger. So, because it's the beginning of round 2 for that season, that series, so it's going to be, we got a lot to cover for that. But before we get into that, let me introduce you to my more phenomenal co-host. We got Rick.
Hi.
And we got Ryan.
Hi.
So, yeah, I was just showing these guys this right here and all the fun stuff that comes in this. The game right here. This fold-out poster. This awesome steel book right here. And then comes with the cards right here, which has stats on the back of each card. And right there. Just showing this off a little bit, guys. Give me one sec. Best I can. Now, I was going to do an unboxing video of this, but I figured, you know what? I'll just do it. I did a Facebook Live showing me, just showing the game itself. And also that comes in here with this is this. Well, first off, let me show you the interior right here, which is awesome. And then it comes with this little postcard, this little reflector postcard. So, yeah, guys, I don't know if this is still available. I think it might still be available, the deluxe edition. But I know the physical copy is available. So, if you guys have a place, is it, Ryan, do they have the deluxe edition for PlayStation 5 or 4? Was that the one they had?
I think it's 5. I think it's 5. But I can, because I have it on 4, when I got the PlayStation 5, I can upgrade to 5, no charge, but I don't get all that extra stuff because I got digital.
Okay. So, Rick, do you own the game by any chance?
I have digital.
Okay, which one do you have?
Switch.
The Switch? Cool. So, I played this game with Ryan, and it is pretty challenging compared to what I was thinking it was going to be. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to playing this on the Switch and see how that turns out for me, because it's always cool to play up to. I mean, how many people can play? 4 people?
6?
Oh, so all like 6 people can play up to this.
Yeah.
Even-
Depending on your console, like the PlayStation can carry up to 4 controllers, like offline. Online, you have up to all 6 once you've unlocked greens. But I think you can play multiple of the same color Ranger.
Okay, well, that's cool. So yeah, guys, if you're interested in getting this, go to Atari.com, because I think that's where they have it available for PlayStation and Nintendo. Because I think that's maybe, I don't know PlayStation, because I think it did have it available for. Anyway, go to Atari.com, look up Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Rita's Rewind, and get it then. So, anyway, how was your guys' week? Let me go with Rick. How was your week?
It was all right.
Well, that's good. Ryan, how's the new place?
We already have plumbing issues.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, boy. At least your Wi-Fi is working, right?
Yeah, it is. I don't know if the guy ever came out to fix it, but I think when the guy had it set it up, everything was good. So
Well, that's good. Yeah. I gotta say, dude. I mean, this is a lot. I mean, this seems a lot more spacious than the one you had before. I mean, that's my
in some ways. in some ways.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. It has an island. I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, um, yeah. I'm gonna ask Rick. Rick, you've gotten set one already of the mini plow for Go Juju, right?
Yes, I got 3 of the set ones.
Of course you did.
I also got my first of 2 set 2s. The other one should be here shortly. Hey,
So another.
it gives me 5 Tegasaurs.
Yes, and more customs you're gonna do, and then at some point you're gonna go.
I still haven't got around to doing my extra lion and T-Rex yet.
Okay, here's why I roll my eyes, guys. This guy right here, he bought like over how many putties during the Lightning collection? How many tangas and all that stuff?
6.
Yeah. You still have them?
The putties, the tangas, and Zed's putties, yes. I did downsize some of my Lightning collection earlier this year. Well, actually, technically, it was end of last year.
What did you get rid of?
I got rid of a lot of stuff that wasn't like complete sets. So, like, I kept Mighty Morphin, I kept SPD, I kept Alien Rangers, I kept Zeo, I kept Red Turbo just because it's like cool. We have all 5 Tommy forms.
Did you end up you didn't keep any ones that weren't finished teams?
I kept a few others, but they're in the other room. I'm not sure offhand.
Okay. Yeah.
But I did downsize just because 1, I needed some money. 2, I needed some space.
Yeah.
And I guess this camera can see me if I lean over this way.
Yeah. What are you doing right now?
Just loading head.
Yeah.
What are you doing right now?
Oh, I'm just off to the side.
Okay. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's insane. I mean, thing is, I do wish that the Lightning collection would have been finished with teams. And I was watching a video from MMPR Toys, and I did notice how people were complaining about the Lightning collection. But then, now we're getting, the MMPR Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition line, and people are like, "Oh, bring back the Lightning collection." It's like, you guys were complaining about the Lightning collection.
Yeah, they never appreciate what they have until it's gone.
Yeah, so it's just, with that, hopefully Playmates does a type of adult-centric collector's line in, like, a lot sooner than later.
I do remember one of the things I did sell. I sold off a lot of my extra Androses.
Oh, yeah. God, I don't understand why you even decided to do that. That was why you even decided to buy out all those Androses. That was weird. An army of Androses or whatever you were doing.
It was basically a substitute for the Quantatron. There were going to be evil versions of the Rangers for Astronomist to do.
Even though they already had evil versions of the Rangers, but still. I mean, if you wanted to do a customization, well, you really could.
It's going to rain tomorrow.
They wouldn't have worked right.
The chance of rain tomorrow.
Great.
You would have needed extra material to make the Quantatron.
It might be easier with the dirt, though.
At least not with my limited skill.
Yeah. So Ryan, how are you about the double dipping with figures and everything? I always wondered that about double dipping. I don't know how you were, and I've never wondered that. I just wonder that right now because it pops in my head.
I mean, I don't. Certain ones, like they had like that cartoon or the comic book styled Pink Ranger, which I'm like, Is
Oh.
it necessary?
The Cell Shade.
Yeah.
I didn't sell that one.
Or the
Go
different
ahead.
box covers for the other ones. Like, oh, here's new box art designs. Like, is it really necessary to just give me a character we already have just because you have an individual box out for it now?
Yeah.
Like,
Rick, what were you saying about the Cell Shade Pink?
I did sell that one.
You did show that, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't too sure if I was going to go for that, but then I'm like, might as well. And, I just think it was kind of a weird decision to even do that. When they could have been finished with a lot of the teams, if they would have. I mean, like I said, Mighty Morphin's always going to be a big thing because it was the first season. It's what made Power Rangers popular. And, but.
it's a global phenomenon because of that team.
Exactly. But, I'm hoping we'll get possibly the Lightning Collection back with Playmates, but we'll see. Or something that will at least be compatible to the Lightning Collection. I mean, it's just that the thing is,
Would you want it to replicate what Lightning Collection did with civilian heads, or would you like how they did with the Legacy line stuff?
I don't mind the legacy. I don't mind the civilian heads. That doesn't bother me as much. I mean, it gives us something extra. My biggest thing is just stop. I mean, you can include these effects, but try to include extra weapons. I mean, Rick has said this many times, and the accessory pack idea. I mean, yeah, I was saying I don't know about that because I think it would take away from concentrating on the figures, but at the same time, it could have actually helped because they had the deluxe line, and I was thinking that maybe they could have interpreted that in. I don't know if we discussed this in the incomplete episode of LR4, but that could have actually helped us out in the end doing the like we could have gotten like if people wanted like all the freaking galaxy gliders from in space, we could have gotten all 5 of those, and they could have included some accessories like some weapons that weren't included with that ranger. They could have included a quadra blaster. They could have included the Astro Blaster dual mode. They could have included the Astro Blasters that had the where they could put their weapons in there, or Andros's Spiral Saber booster mode. They could have done a lot. And I said the Quadra Blaster. I think I said that already, but they could have done a lot of things that way instead of including another TJ figure with the Galaxy Glider, because you could have made those figures compatible with that certain figure. It's just like very common sense they could have done, but we'll see how it goes. It's just that the reignition. I mean, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers reignition. If they'll only do more seasons and more figures if this sells. So guys, show your support for it. Let's not let it. I know a lot of people are not happy about Mighty
Let's try to
Morphin.
get the next 30 years of toys out there.
Yeah, let's try to do something. Come on, But anyway, we'll get into that.
If this sells, we'll get season 2. If that sells, we get season 3. Then Alien Rangers, then CO, then Turbo. And 30 years from now, we might actually finally get Cosmic Fury action.
Well, okay. Let's slow down there, Rick. I'm just saying, though, but I get what I know he's got a point, but at the same time, most of us won't be around in 30 years.
Speak for yourself. I'm immortal.
Yeah, you wish. Anyway, so guys,
I'm immortal until life proves me otherwise.
Anyway, so let's get into our Super Sentai zone. Here we go. So we are going to be, like I said, we're doing 6 episode rates of Gojuger. And we're going to start with episode 10, Go Go Showa has arrived. Ready to go, go, go. Let's go, go, go. Showa has arrived. Episode 10. And this is the first episode of the round two arc of Gojuger. This was a great episode because how to explain this? First off, this was the debut of the black Daijujin, because we've never had we've seen we've seen many different variants of the Daijujin and the Dino Megazord, or the Megazord, or whatever you want to call it, from Power Rangers, and it's always been the black and gold Megazord. They actually made it in this episode, and that's not even the best part. That's not even just the best part. All 5 forms of the Megazord was in this. So I like this episode. It was really awesome. I'm giving it a 10. Rick, let's go to you.
This was a good episode, and it showcased differences in 2 eras. Right?
Yeah,
The
I
one
believe
I'm
so.
thinking of,
I think.
where he's nostalgic for the era he grew up in. Green. I might be wrong.
But either way, what do you rate this episode?
Oh God. Honestly, until I know what it was offhand, I'm going to reserve not giving it a rating because I can't remember offhand.
That's fine. All right.
Oh, it is the one I was thinking of, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have a rating now?
Yeah, this was definitely a 10.
Okay. Ryan.
But
oh.
no, this is not the. No, it is okay. Never mind.
All right.
It
Ryan,
is the
you're
one I was thinking of.
Okay. Ryan, you're up on this one, man.
I do like how they had the ability to have all 5 of the Tegasword versions in it and stuff. And I'd give it about 9.5.
Okay. All right, and let's go to the next episode rate, which is episode 11, Unleash the Wild. The Beastmaster plays his flute. This was an interesting episode because it introduces the ring holder of the Universe Warrior of Gal Red. And he's able to. I'll let Rick tell him what they were able to do, but I'm going to give this episode 10 because it was a great episode. I loved what they did with it, and everything. Just I'm going to give it a 10 because it was a really great. It was a really fun episode. Rick, why don't you go ahead and leap off that?
So yeah, we got Gal Red. He has a flute that's able to basically control animals. However, the episode opens with 2 of the Ring Warriors challenging Blue. Yeah. So we get Juoger Red and give me a second. I'm trying to remember which one that is. I think, is it Sun Vulcan?
Yes, it was Sun Vulcan. Sun Vulcan Red.
Yeah. And then of course we get the monster of the day going crazy. The new Gal Red shows up, plays his little box flute thingy or music box.
Like the Calabina or something like that.
Yeah. And then we'll get a nice little surprise at the end where
leads into the next episode we talk about.
Yeah, but when they defeat the monster of the day, how they normally have like a person inside them. Well, this one had another monster inside of it.
So, what would you rate this episode?
This is definitely. Oh, it's a hard one. I'm going to give it a 10. And I will say I do have a comment about that monster come next episode.
Okay, we're gonna be.
You're thinking the same thing I'm probably thinking about too.
Now let's go ahead and.
And if you say it, so be it.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Ryan. What's your little review, your opinion, and your rate?
I think it was interesting going back to the last episode we did, where we were talking about how the Universe Warriors, as they're called, how they have, like, when they do their morph, how they have this distinctive move or morph that's from that Ranger added to their transformation.
Yeah.
So, like, this one, because, like, already seeing that, I'm trying to find it when he does the morph, and obviously caught it, but
Yeah.
I thought it was fairly interesting that, how he doesn't just have the flute, he has a whole bag of instruments for specific animals that he uses to, like, control. Like the first battle with that monster of the day, he virtually has Goju Wolf pretty much under control and has him attack him. And then, like, later on, they have Unicorn. He just randomly he plays. I don't remember
Forgot
what he used.
that.
She's doing like a job. She's going somewhere, and all of a sudden, she's getting ready to do like an interview or whatever. And then all of a sudden, she starts prancing around. She's like, "What is going on?" And she just gallops off, and they're like looking at her like, "What the hell?" I thought it was pretty funny for that.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, like I like how, I wouldn't say like kid themed, but like how the battles, they're serious, but they don't really take it seriously. Like they're big. The boss or the baddie in this episode is a game of tag. So the entire time they're just trying to avoid getting hit, and then at the end, it's like, "You're it, like I got you," and stuff. So I'll give it 10 as well.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. All right, now episode 12 is which is the continuation of episode 11 called Demon Roar. Now, what is very interesting is what we find out about this demon, this monster, which I'll let Rick say a little bit about that. And it's like I said, another great episode. A lot of, it's just, it's so cool of how they, and also,
Gal King's in it.
yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just say this. Gal King's back. Another freaking mecha. So, yeah, that is freaking awesome. I love how they do all that in this show. It's amazing that they're able to, access past mechas.
Yeah. It makes me ask questions.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll hold up.
Anyway, let me get my rate real quick. I'm going to give it a 10 because it was just another great episode. Rick, go ahead and give your little description and your rate.
Yeah. So it's definitely a good episode. They're now, of course, fighting the monster that was inside the other monster. The one that actually captured the new Gal Red's woman. Yeah, his fiance.
Or something or other.
Yeah. I think it was fiance. Yeah, so whereas most of the other No One Warriors are made from essentially living creatures or living people, this one was formed as she unfortunately perished. So it's technically considered incomplete.
Mhm.
Now, so what I was going to say about this creature that I decided to wait till this episode is
Mhm.
if you actually look at the creature's design, Gal Red's not the only thing that returned from Gal Ranger. That's got the appearance of Zanaku.
Mhm. I was just thinking of that too.
Yeah,
So what
Even
would you
even
give?
down to the weapon.
yeah.
So what do you give the rate, Rick? What's your rate?
The rate for this is definitely a 10.
Okay. Now let's get to Ryan. Ryan, your thought on this episode
I,
and
out of all the episodes that they've had so far, this is kind of like one of the most like serious toned episodes, just because of like the what was going on in the episode of like him trying to explain like the No One Warriors and how they come to be and everything, and then trying how Gaia the Galred, how he feels like it's his fault that she died, and I guess when after they defeat the boss from the last episode or something, how like her face comes out of the chest or whatever, and she says something to
that she
Blue
basically hates him or something like that.
that
I
she
think.
doesn't hate him at all
Oh.
because he thinks she does or whatever, because I guess like the anger or whatever. So he in order to help fight it off, there's a song she used to sing with him,
Oh.
and Blue started singing it. So then he joined in with the flute, played the music, and then when they fought him in its giant form, yeah, they opened a portal to where he was able to go through and try to reconcile, or you know, tell her he's sorry or whatever, and she forgave him all that stuff, and she was able, then her soul was set at rest, and then that's how they were able to finally defeat him and stuff.
So what would you give this episode?
I'd give it 10.
Yeah. Rick, now you've watched Gal
Ooh.
Ranger fully through, right?
Mm-hmm.
What?
You've watched Gal Ranger fully through, correct? I mean, so have you, Ryan.
Yeah.
I know in Wild Force they did this, but
Oh, we did forget to mention something about this episode.
go ahead.
It is the first time that Tegasword is combined with
With
not
another
just
two.
one
Yep.
of the weapons. He gets combined with two.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta remember that. But no, I was gonna say that because I know that they're singing in Wild Force, but don't they have a song in Gal Ranger that Gal Wolf, no, not Gal Silver, sings with the princess?
I believe
Probably.
so.
Probably.
Because a
'Cause
lot of
isn't
the Super Sentai narrative was carried over.
yeah.
Yeah, because I remember they were singing to the Deer Zord in Wild Force. So yeah, that's why that popped right in my head because I almost forgot about that, but then it just popped right in there, and I'm like, oh, I remember. Okay, so now this episode is episode 13, Housekeeper Run. Uh, re, re God, I don't know how to pronounce
Ryugi's Manor.
Ryugi's Manners, episode 13. This episode is very funny because his like servant or
Service
his
made.
nanny or whatever keeps showing up,
Maid.
maid or something, his
Yeah.
maid, and every
You
time
can't say nanny because they're about the same age.
yeah, but it's hilarious because she has the ability. She is Racer Red of the Universe Warriors.
which is definitely different considering the Sentai and Turbo is male.
But it's funny because when she ever says stop
No
or
one ever
something
said the
like that,
Sentai Warriors had to be guys.
nope,
it's hilarious because when she says stop or something like that, the ring gives her
it
that
was like her
ability.
special ability for it.
Yeah, and this is about the mannerisms and everything, manners, because he has manners, and so does the monster. So, um, what I like about this episode is that leads into the next episode we're going to discuss how she gets so out of control. She goes berserk.
Oh,
So I'm going to give this episode a 10 right off the bat. Rick, why don't you go ahead?
yeah. I mean, it's definitely a good episode. Uh, so for those that are not from Japan, there's a lot of manners and stuff that are expected of people as part of a polite society. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and essentially, the no one was created based off of that concept because, well, the guy was pissed off that somebody didn't have
Mhm.
manners.
All right. So, what would you give this episode?
This is definitely because I mean, to us outside of Japan, it's just humorous to actually see, you know, the monster of the day basically having more manners than even one of the Rangers. Um, so for us, it's funny. To them, it's just the way of life.
Okay.
You got it. But
So, go on.
I'm definitely gonna give it a 10.
All right. Now, Ryan, what about you, man?
I do find it funny. I think it's like the small things that make me laugh a little bit. It may seem stupid, like I guess you know how they do, like when they set up the battles, they do the big versus screen. So
Oh God, yeah, that random dude
you
just
have
shows up.
you have
Go,
yellow.
go, go,
Well,
Juju.
well, you have yellow, and then the no one number one manor monster, and then
Oh yeah.
Goju Red just randomly slides in like the bottom corner, like I hate this right now, kind of stuff. Like, can we just fight him? And he every time he tries to do something, they're like wrong, wrong.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about
Like
that.
he's
That's
like you give him a firm handshake, and he's like, your dirty feet should not be on the stairwell or whatever. It's like wrong.
Yeah.
It's like I can't stand this guy.
I mean, you have to admit, though, for a culture that does a lot with manners and everything, this being a children's show, it does help teach children the manners that are expected of them.
Right.
so. Ryan, what do you give this, man?
Um, I give it about like a 9.5.
Okay. Okay. Next episode is the one where she goes berserk and she's chasing them, and she has a freaking bat, and she has like this weird jacket.
She even gets pants.
Yeah, I just think this episode was very. It explains a lot of his backstory of why he shows. He's the servant. It's, this episode's called episode 14. It's episode 14, and it's called the Sacred Servant: The Legend of Tegasword. So he found that book right there, and it was an interesting episode because it kind of explained his backstory a little bit, and I do like how they do telling backstories within the show, even though it's not as often, and they do it like in later episodes. Um, so, but yeah, he lets her come in the Tegasword, Tegasword Yellow, and I'm gonna give this episode. Definitely gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it a 10. Another good one. Rick.
Yeah. It's this one. Uh, yeah, I know I say it a lot. It's definitely a good episode. Um, it's even funnier that afterwards, the one couple monster grows even bigger after growing.
Oh, you're talking about the Mr. Knife
The wife.
and
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
yeah, they grow, essentially making Tegasword look like it's just an average person.
Yeah.
And then
So
Tegasword, of course, speaks to Goju Triano and affirms that essentially your faith in him is right. So yeah, it's another tenor.
okay, Ryan.
Yeah, it was a pretty good episode as well. Is this where after the battle they fight the others, the um, Candle and uh, Gerudo, or is that or
Yeah, they
whatever?
fight him during the time that their yellow
Fighting the. Okay,
takes on.
that's right, because he ends up using. Because in this episode too, I think if it's this episode, how the wife and husband couple,
Yeah,
how he's
The conjoint
the
couple.
yes, how he's sweetened. He's flirting with her, and she's all fluttered by it. And then her husband's like, "Dude, don't listen to her. It's like or don't listen. I'm your husband and stuff like that." And he's like, he's just gonna treat her like crap. And then like
I'm
during the
right in
in
front of
battle
you. Hello,
scene,
basically.
he summons two of like the ring warriors. Pretty much uses them as shields and stuff like that. And he's like, I can't believe he uses them allies as shields. He's like, you don't think he will do that to us? And ends up doing it. And then she's like, I'm so sorry that I ever felt for him or whatever.
And let's not forget the ending. So let me go ahead and give you a rate real quick, Ryan.
I'll give it a 10.
So let's not forget the episode ending where he basically sets up a little nice setting for Tegasword, and then right then and there, Tegasword appears,
Mm-hmm.
and then right when he's like this, like, oh, even
Like
Tegasword
it?
knows how to tell a white lie.
yeah.
I'm like, that was the most random thing in this episode. I mean, I love this show; it's awesome. Now, this episode, this is our 6th episode rate for this one. Because this is how it ends right here. Because this is
last week's episode.
yeah, it's called It's episode 15. Stop the June Bride. Now before I get into this, I was talking to Rick about this because I discussed about how she was looking for. I thought she was looking for her husband, and I had a theory at first, but then go to find out it was I wasn't off that much by it. But right off the bat, I do think it's funny because they had to collect these certain items in this episode, like a candle, flowers, strawberries for it was a freaking wedding.
Yeah.
And all the freaking and all the rings that they collected gave her the power, and then also the humans were able to give her that ability, the power too, and she was able to come forward. And go to find out, she's actually an AI created by humans. And I do think it's kind of funny during this whole thing when she's fighting Tegasword Decaclaw and the foot soldiers, those bell looking things.
Just hanging up there.
swaying around back and forth, back and forth. And the ending was just awesome. The ending was awesome. But I'm not gonna let. We're not gonna spoil. We're not gonna go into too much detail with that because it leads into the topic that we're gonna get into in just a bit during this segment. I'm gonna give it a 10 because it was a great way. The ending was amazing. It was awesome, setting up for today's episode for LR Goes User. Giving it a 10, definitely. Rick, without saying way too much about it, go ahead and give your rating.
Well, if you notice, the items that were needed are the henchmen themselves. Fire candle,
Yeah.
okay, and then the wedding cake.
Bouquet got the bouquet got the flower.
Yep, and the cake couple got strawberries to make a cake. So yeah, um, you know, this episode almost felt like a finale,
Yes.
which I mean, End of the World kind of does that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it brings up a ethical question: forced marriage without consent. Also makes you wonder how that will be going forward, because now technically they're married. So any continued fighting, wouldn't that count as domestic violence?
All right, Rick, let's go ahead and give you a rating.
Yeah, I know. I'm stretching things a bit because I'm trying not to spoil anything going forward. Considering there's another crime that Tega June essentially,
Yes. Let's not.
which we'll
Let's
cover
not.
here
Let's
shortly.
not.
Gives kids the wrong idea.
So it's
Let's
a
not go
10 for the episode. However, that is not without reservations. It was still a good episode.
So, what was your
Or
rating?
regret. Ish.
What was
So,
your
yeah.
rate? Did you give your rate?
Yeah, I said a 10.
Okay. Sorry. All right, Ryan.
Yeah, I'll give it a 10. I do like how they're getting all the stuff for the wedding, and like their biggest thing is like they need a pilot for her. And Candle was like, "What?" Like he had no idea of any of this stuff. They're looking at him like, "Are you serious right now?" And he's just plain dumb. And then Goju Wolf, his brother, who's I think Gerudo. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yep. Gerudo.
He's virtually like, why don't you let me pilot you? I will be, pretty much her number one or her right hand man. And
Let me go in you. Oh, God.
yeah, crazy
And
thing.
at least that was
scissors.
consensual.
Yes.
I regret that.
For the idea of not doing like I think the closest what we've had to like a wedding thing was like Rita and Zed, and she virtually brainwashed him or put him under a spell to love her, and that's why they got married.
Love potion.
This one's like a forced marriage. Like
this
take
one's
my
even
hand.
worse because
it's an arranged marriage in a weird sort of sense.
Yeah. So, what would you rate this episode?
I'd give it a 10 just because of like I 100% agree that it does feel like a finale, like just how it ended. You're like, so this is going to be a short series just because of how it ended. And you're like, no, it's like this is the second half. So I mean, you're obviously going to be building something, and you gotta consummate the marriage per se, seal it with a kiss, and then in return, giving bad sense of like how Yes, you would say how babies are made. This is not how babies are made. And
Well, apparently
you know,
that's how I can
in
see.
AI,
How,
in
how
AI's point of view,
Robo babies are made.
yes.
Yeah.
So
So
that, but like, I mean,
that
yeah,
constitutes as another crime that.
Yeah. Oh, so
yeah, I'll give it a
yeah,
10.
it looks like that Candle Fire Candle does know the identity of Goju Wolf because he
Yeah.
was working as a ticket person
Well,
in the haunted house.
the last episode when they were fighting, the other four that were fighting with him were morphine, and he's right there in front of him, so he
Yeah,
sees them more.
I do think it's funny though because when they go through the haunted house, it has no effect on Goju Unicorn,
Yeah.
and they're just all freaking out like, "Oh my god!"
Now, when it comes to the villains knowing who the Gojujers are, the
Mhm.
only one that doesn't know one of the identities is Bouquet.
Yeah, because she's got the hots for blue.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, we're going to go ahead and show off one of the deluxe universe figures that you can order on Tokullectibles. I think it's still available. I'll have to look at it and make sure. And that is Black Daijujin.
I think that's still for sale. The last time I checked.
So yeah, guys, it's cool that they actually have a variant.
Yeah. The sword.
I know it's weird. So yeah, it's not. I mean, if the individual Zords or the individual mechas would have been more appeasing to the eye, I think it would be worth it. But it's just I mean, like I said, it is available on Tokullectibles right now. So guys, if you want to pre-order it, it's still available. Guys, don't miss out on your chance to get this. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Let me look at my.
Yeah. Black Daijujin still available for pre-order.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is time because we've been waiting for quite some time for this one character to show up in Gojuger. Well, first off, let me introduce you to this gentleman right here. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he is Goju Polar. And I've got to say, I love the design of Goju Purple. God, again.
Polar.
Polar, thank you. The P gets, yeah. Goju Polar. It looks freaking awesome. I love the design. It's pretty cool, but we're not going to be discussing too much because this episode came out today, and we're going to be saving it for the next episode of LR4. So, but we're not going to go into too
Front view
much
of this
detail.
changer looks like the Batmobile from the Arkham series.
But yeah, Rick, what do you think of the design of Goju Polar?
Not bad. I like I like the white on black.
Mhm.
I want the suit.
Ryan, what do you think of the design?
Well, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I do like how they're not sticking with gold or silver.
The white, black, and gold with like the blue highlights.
Yeah, they're like
really,
like the Arctic looking
yes.
sky. Yeah,
Yeah.
it works perfectly for this character.
Mhm.
And here is Goodebarn. He has an other name, but we're not going to discuss that just quite yet. because that would be a spoiler for the episode we're going to be discussing. And then who's playing the voice of Goodaburn. So, yeah. And now, I'm going to go ahead and show round 2's poster. And I've got to say, I love the design. And Rick, I remember when you were commenting in this post, and you're like, where's Goju Wolf? And I'm like, I was hanging out with Ryan.
Yeah.
Right there.
No, with the white and everything, it didn't look like red because you got the others literally bright in their colors, and that just didn't stand out.
But I just think
I was looking at it on my phone.
This poster looks awesome.
And I like now that you mentioned it, I was like, there is no pink in this team at all, so that does make sense. Because I'm like, why is there a pink one? Not really thinking about.
Oh, it looks it does kind of look pink.
It has a very pink
light. It's like a light red color to it, but this poster is awesome. I like how
Polar is just inverse of red on the poster.
Yeah.
The others are literally in the same pose that they were on the previous poster, except for red.
Yeah, I gotta say though, I do like, and this does explain the episode 16 does explain why these are a light blue instead of gold.
Yeah,
they do explain that because I just watched this. I just watched this episode today, and holy crap, dude! This is an me and the guys will discuss this at the end of the episode because Ryan, did you watch it yet?
Yeah, I was on episode 15, and then it popped up, so I was like, "Guess I'm watching it now."
Oh yeah, I had to watch. I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely gonna like this character. It's gonna be really awesome, and we'll be discussing it soon. Now, there's another deluxe universe Robo universe, and that is the Shinkano. Now, I didn't show off the individual ones. I'll let you guys go there, but this is available for pre-order if you guys are interested in buying this.
If you haven't ordered any of them yet, they are all still available.
That's right, because I made sure to put a direct link to all of them. So that way you guys can get them.
I'm saying every deluxe Robo so far.
No, I know.
All available.
What I mean, that's what I did. I searched and made sure to put it in stock, and every one of them is in stock.
Yes.
Not just.
If only I had the money.
Yeah, they're the prices. The prices are not bad, but it adds up when you get these things. So definitely go to the direct link in the description below. And also, for those of you guys that want to show your love for...
The thing is, they got like 50 years worth of mechs to bring out.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't surprise me if they do even the seasons that didn't have mechs, but bring in like Go Rangers, Flying Bird,
right,
plane.
Yeah, Ryan, what do you think of this? I mean, I don't know if you saw the individual mechas.
I saw it. Surprisingly, the turtle and the monkey actually look pretty accurate for just how that series or that set of that lineup for toys is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said before, it's not bad. I mean, if you're gonna, don't mind it not being like transform like as accurate as the other ones, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta say though,
to stay in Megazord form.
The thing is, the how they did Gao King and Daijujin with the individuals. It's like, you're just keep it in. I mean, I think I would keep it in. definitely in its robo form. That's
Yeah.
a definite because it just yeah. But
I mean, I have to admit, Go-Kai-O does not look too bad when separated.
okay. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but for those of you guys that also want to continue getting more merchandise for, toys and everything, you've got, well, this, I think this right now is closed. The pre-order is for the Goju Polar complete set, which includes the Goodaburn and Bear Kama. I can't how to pronounce that. So I hope this comes out available. But if I end up buying them individually, then so be it. But but you can. I think it's still available for the individual ones. I hope. Because
Um,
let me go. Let me go check.
let's see. What is that one called?
That's the Goju Polar complete set.
Hmm.
I know that Bear Kuma 50 is available, and so is the Goodaburn separately. So you guys can get that. Um,
Let's see. Yeah. So the Polar vinyl figure is still available. Goodyburn himself, by himself, is available.
yeah, and Bear
Bear
Kuma.
Kuma by himself is also still available.
I know that.
However, the combo, the pre-order is closed.
So yeah.
That means that they sold out on the promised ones that they'll get.
So we'll see if it comes.
Definitely check when they're available after that.
I might actually might get the individual ones because
I was about to say you got Tega's sword and the Wolf to Caliber 50 already, so why not get the other ones?
Oh yeah, definitely. But also, guys, if you are collecting the Sentai rings, you've got this bad boy right here, the case. I mean, I'm thinking about getting that too, to put all my Sentai rings that I have. And the faceplate right here. Apparently, it looks like you can actually change it. I saw it comes with all five of the Gojujers on it. So yeah, and also has so it fits up to 15 Sentai rings. So you might have to get more than one because there's a lot more Sentai rings out there. So now, a little tease right there. We were discussing this in last week's episode of LR4, but let's go ahead and show a sample of said item that is coming out this year.
Oh.
So there you have it, guys. The Power Brace from O Ranger. That is awesome looking. I don't know if this is definitely not a memorial edition. It's a 30th anniversary edition. It's supposed to be delivered, shipped December of this year. If you guys need to check the calendar, it'll show you by the calendar when it's supposed to be shipped. So it's just estimated. It is $170. That's for full payment. Payment plan $50. So I'm gonna go to Rick for this. What do you think, man?
I like it. I wish it wasn't so much, but I like it. And I noticed where it said like the deluxe 110%. So this is about this is 110% the size of the original.
So Ryan, what do you think, man?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Price wise, I mean, if you're willing to shell out that much money, have at it.
I mean, I bought the freaking the Legacy Zeonizer because I missed out on my chance to get that. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. And then I got the Golden Power Staff Legacy, and I got Rick the Gold Power Staff as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So this is. I mean, I think this is pretty cool. I mean, when I buy it,
Now,
probably not.
now, will we get the Gold Ranger edition?
King Oger. King
Yeah.
Oger. No, was it King Oger or was it King? King Ranger. It was King Ranger. That's
King Ranger.
King Ranger. King Ranger. Thank you.
Because in
King Oger is
Gold Ranger, he had his own version of the Changer,
And Power
which
Rangers.
we did get in toy form, but we
which I
never
thought
got
that
in the series.
I thought that was weird that they promoted it that way. But they were trying to promote the Gold Ranger, but he never used a Zeonizer. His power source was the staff.
Yeah,
And then when he
because
used the
Gold Ranger
Zeonizer
does not
crystal.
have a Zeo shard.
Well, the funny thing is, in the show, they do have a Zeo crystal, Zeonizer crystal that he uses when he pilots Pyramidus.
Yeah.
But that's it.
However,
He doesn't have an actual Zeonizer.
the Gold Ranger powers gave off the exact same frequency as the Zeo crystal itself.
Yeah,
So he didn't have a shard; he had a crystal.
right. But anyway, a good item. I think it's definitely something interesting. Oh, and the next item is another Goju toy. But we're going to go ahead and show a little sample of this item because it was in one of the episodes we were discussing. So let's go ahead and pull that video up. Go ahead and pull that video up. Here we go.
WFTHECI.
The Dark Wolf Decacaliber 50. That thing is awesome looking, and now I got to get it.
Yes.
You gotta get Take a June too.
Yeah. Well, I already have it.
has.
I
Oh,
already
damn.
have it on it's on its way. But my God,
I can't wait for the mini flaw.
oh my God,
Because you know
This
those
thing-
two will come together.
this thing is awesome.
Now, are they going to do the Tega June with that and then the Polar or Goodburn?
Well,
I don't know.
the thing
I
is,
think Polar
with
will end
this,
up with its own mini flaw.
with this thing,
Oh, yeah.
I do find it interesting that it does give a little bit of a sneak peek at when she's able to connect with it in a later episode. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that turns out. That's going to be an awesome episode. But yeah, guys, this is up for pre-order right now, and I definitely suggest buying it because yeah, it's just so freaking cool. Oh, Rick, did you see that? They have a mini plot for King Candelor.
Pink Handler? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look.
Yep.
So Fire Candles Mecca.
Yeah. So
It
yeah,
just went up today.
another thing Ryan will be adding to his.
Maybe. I can't get that pre-order for 3 because the pre-order's already closed, so I have to wait until the pre-orders are done and they start sending them out to see if they got any in stock.
Are you talking about King?
Mini the Gojuger Mini Plus Set 3 pre-order is closed, so I missed out on the pre-order.
Yeah. Well, this
So I gotta
one
wait.
is just a mini plot for the candle.
I gotta find that.
Yeah,
It's
it's on there right now. So yeah, don't miss out on that. But yeah, with everything we've discussed, guys, this is with the Super Sentai Zone. I mean, just man, this is crazy of how much we discussed in this segment. Um, so let me go to Rick real quick before we go into his topic because he's next. What would you say? What would you get out of these items if you could get them? Which one would you have gotten?
Ooh, good question. Not sure.
Ryan, what about you?
No, I got candle already pre-ordered.
I'd probably get with the caliber, the dark one, maybe.
Yeah. I'm gonna be more likely getting the caliber. I mean, I'm waiting for my next paycheck. I'm probably gonna be getting definitely Goodabun and Bear Kuma 50, and so yeah. So many things, man. This is it's killing me, man. It's killing me. But now, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into Rick's Boom Prime Time, and boy, does he have a lot to talk about. So let's try to get through this, Rick. Let's do this. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, hold on. Which one's first?
It should show on the article from Morphin Legacy.
Great.
Here.
Let me get my phone then. Trying to do this from my computer, but
Apparently, it won't let you.
no, I want to have the article if you're going in that order. Find it now. No, you will send it. It's not there.
It's been pinned to the group chat. You'd have to just scroll through the pins.
Yeah.
I can, if you want me to, I can just go ahead and go to the website and send it to you real quick. I can send it directly to your. But also make sure to look at Comic Geeks as well.
That's what I'm already on. That's why I was asking what was first.
Oh, okay. So let's just go ahead and go to the first
This is serious
variant. Let's go to the first variant.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now where are you? There we go.
Yeah.
Power Rangers prize number 9. Yeah. So, this will be coming out August 6th. So, description is Redacted comes to Angel Grove and changes the balance of the Power Rangers Redacted comes to Angel Grove and changes the balance of the Prime Rangers forever. But that's not the only surprise in store when the VR Troopers come face to face with the first Prime Zord. Will the Prime Rangers be able to save Lauren from being taken in by the Altarians? The electrifying third arc begins here. And yeah, so as we can tell, it does appear that Redacted is prime green. Based on the lightning around the finger here. And based on the silhouette, it does appear to be female. Which I guess some people are getting their wish. But then again, I mean, we did finally get a male Pink Ranger, so what else do we expect?
What are you talking about getting their wish? We already had a female Green Ranger.
Yeah, but the fact that these are more designed similar to the Mighty Morphin, so we're getting a female Mighty Morphin style green. And it does look like the possibility of a Dragon Shield based on the silhouette.
I don't know. I mean, at first I thought it was going to be Rita.
Yeah.
So not really shown, but I don't know. Maybe it is a different character.
Yeah. Looks like there could be the possibility of a Dragon Shield, but then again, also looking at the other Rangers and their armor, it does look similar, so who knows?
But anyway, let's go to the next variant.
Yeah. So this is the 1 in 25 variant. Here. Why are you doing this to me?
So more than likely, I'm going to jump in here real quick. The reason why they're showing the silhouette is because these are just teasers. These are not going to be the final variant.
No, I'm pretty sure the silhouette is the actual cover.
Maybe.
But yeah, so this is the 1 in 25 variant.
Okay. Ready for the next one?
Yep. The Ninja Storm cover, which is cover B, along with it being the 1 in 10 variant by removing the text.
Yep. Do that. And the next one?
Oh, yeah. And then this one is the 1 in 15 variant. So, yeah. I mean, looks good.
All right. Now, what we've been waiting for quite some time.
The VR Troopers. Give me a moment to find this one.
I thought this would be out in July. I was wrong.
VR Troopers number 2. So this will come out August 20th. We are VR Troopers. Continue their triumphant return to comics after 30 years. After the dramatic revelations of the first issue, Caitlin puts her journalistic skills to the test to investigate Zikar Industries. But is she in over her head on her solo mission? Meanwhile, JB and Ryan try to solve the mysteries of their new enemies. I mean, this is a really nice cover.
Is it now? Would this be a main cover? I do not know. They didn't really
Yes, this is the main cover. This is a version without text that is foil, is
Nice.
cover number C, and the non-foil no text is the 1 in 10 cover.
Okay. Now, you ready for the next one?
Oh yes, this is the cover B. Without text is also cover I.
Yep.
So this is going to have 11 different covers.
Holy crap. That's a lot of covers.
Yeah. So yeah, that's cover I.
All right.
And then we got there's the 1 in 20 cover. And it looks like
Ready for the next one?
yeah. That is the 1 in 75 cover. So, yeah. This is going to have a few covers because there's another 1 in 10 cover that is going to be foil.
Jesus Christ, Superstar. That's a lot.
So, yeah.
All right. Now let's get into the next comic. Got him. Here we go.
The Rita's Rewind. This also comes out August 6th. So this and Power Rangers Prime come out the same week. A brand new tie-in to the hit video game. Essentially, this is a what if, just like the game, it's a what if once and always had the Rangers fail. So Rita Repulsa has teamed up with herself, Robo Rita, from 30 years in the future to bring down the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers before they even get started. What they weren't counting on is the Power Rangers of the future, Rocky, Kat, Billy, Zach, and Min, to travel back in time and help the Rangers out behind the scenes. A totally 90s adventure, perfect for fans of any age. So we are going to get a comic version of Min.
Mm-hmm. So this is the main cover right here.
Yes, it is.
And now,
Oh, that is the 1 in 15 cover. Oh yeah.
and this one.
That one is not just cover B, but it is cover F as well, which is weird. I think the cover B is supposed to still have text, even though they don't have a picture of it with text.
Right.
Cover F is described as the virgin cover, which is usually what they call it without the text.
Okay. So, and also I showed that this right here.
Yes. This one is not just a wraparound cover. It's foil. Yes.
That's very exciting.
They
I love
are wraparound foil version variant. Cover C.
nice.
Oh, it is beautiful, and it's going to be so nice with it being foil. It's going to be shiny. Ooh.
So when does this come out?
This comes out August 6th.
Okay. Now it's time for the anticipated third prequel of a certain crossover. Go ahead, Rick.
Hold on, let me get back to it. This thing does not like to stay on. Well, I tell it to stay on. Where are you? Ah, there we are. So, this is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. I guess you can't see the three fingers I'm holding up. Okay, so this comes out August 13th.
Yes.
The crossover sensation is back for a third epic adventure. With Rita and Kang defeated, the bad guys aren't cutting the Rangers and Turtles no slack.
Really?
Lord Zed and Shredder have a new plan to take down the radical teen heroes, and if they don't act carefully, they might just succeed. The amazing new series from veteran Mighty Morphin Power Rangers writer Ryan Parrott and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Nation artist Vincenzo Frederick kicks off with a moment you have to see to believe.
So this
Yeah.
would be
What you have there is cover B.
okay.
That is not the main cover. The main cover is not available yet.
What about this cover?
That is the 1 in 200 variant.
The Brady Bunch variant.
Yeah, essentially. It is the 1 in 200. Meaning that in order for comic book shops to get this in stock, they have to order 200 other copies of this.
That is hilarious. Just Ryan just
I'd honestly buy that.
here's a story of 4 Green Turtles.
And the rat who was considered a sensei. They grew from ooze and lived in the sewer. And they love pizza.
Oh my god, this is gonna be a thing. Oh my god. Alright. Next variant.
It's a teenage fantasy.
This one right here, Rick.
6 teenage kids in the
So,
head.
if you thought a 1 in 200 was crazy, this is the 1 in 300 variant.
Man,
Meaning
they're
that
going.
comic book shops have to order 300 copies to be able to order one of these.
Jesus. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
This one.
Oh,
I like how
this
they're. Wait,
one.
let's talk about this. Go ahead, but say what this variant is.
So this cover in non-foil is the 1 in 25 variant. However, this cover in foil is the 1 in 100 variant.
Can we discuss how they actually have eyes on them instead of those like white designs?
Well, I mean, obviously they're going to be enraged because he's like, they're eating our pizza. Get them!
Or that recreates Pudgy Pig, the intercept the pizza delivery that the turtles have. And that's what kicks off this
man.
I'm gonna turn you into bacon! I'm gonna turn you into bacon!
Pudgy Pig eats the turtles out of sewer and home.
Has everyone had a pork belly pizza before? I haven't.
Oh man, so this
Like
comes
slice and dice.
So now let's go. Let's
You got
start
your
from the
ham
be-
hocks, you got your
Let's start from the
pig
beginning.
fat, your bacon.
When do all these comics come out?
Okay, so this one comes out on the 13th of August. Power Rangers Prime and Rita's Rewind come out the 6th of August. And VR Troopers comes out at the end of August.
Okay.
August 20. Oh, August 20th. So not the end of August.
Well,
The week before
halfway.
the end of August.
Halfway through August, basically. But yeah, so yeah, this is awesome. I mean, oh man, Ryan, you've been reading the comics, man. Are you gonna start getting any of the crossovers?
I want the Ninja Turtles and I want the Godzilla one, just because of the suit designs they have.
Yeah, and are you gonna be trying to get the VR Troopers at some point?
I might, honestly. I mean, once you guys started bringing it up, the song is playing. The theme song's playing in my head right now.
Oh, VR Troopers.
Yes,
And what
but
about?
I kind of really want to get that wraparound cover of Rita's Rewind, because that is.
Yes.
I don't know how it is on the Switch, but I know on the PlayStation, when you pick a game, they have like a background picture, and that is the picture they use when you click on Rita's Rewind. Is that?
I'll have to look when I play this game. Maybe we'll have that. I don't know, but yeah, I think it's cool that they're actually releasing a comic version of the game and adding a little bit more to it. So that's going to be awesome. I can't wait till this. Um, so I finally, speaking of the comics, I've actually finally finished volume uh, 12 of Necessary Evil of Mighty Morphin, and now I just got to finish volume, I think 8 maybe, volume 8 of Go Go for Necessary Evil. So I'll have that one issue on there to read, and then I'll be able to get to the next volumes. I mean, I've been trying to get done with it because it's kind of hard to keep up with this series because there's just so much. And then at some point I'll go start reading and when I'm done with that, I'll probably try to maybe take a little break into Mighty Morphin and read and then start reading the graphic novels. But yeah, these comics have been very interesting and very different from what we know in the show. And since we don't have anything really any series for Power Rangers right now, it gives you kind of a chance to, read
Kind of gives it kind of gives you back into the series that you actually like, that you love growing up with.
Right.
Because I mean, I've probably said it several times, like reading the comics itself, like they're phenomenal. Whatever. But like they've been really good. Like I've thoroughly enjoyed
Rick,
them.
I'm going to go to you about this since we're still in your topic, and we're still talking about the comics. Don't you think Boom Studios has done Power Rangers justice since previous comics they've done in the past? Like not really doing just like rant. So I mean, go ahead.
When it comes to the differences between what we got before, like the older comics were more to keep the tone of the show and seem like
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you again.
Anyway,
like try to fit in with the show. Whereas the idea for the idea of Boom Studios was to branch off of the show.
right.
And make their own thing based off of certain points in the show.
Right.
And again,
But I mean,
the old ones weren't trying to change the directory of how the show was.
It seemed like those were more kid friendly for
Yes.
us in that generation, but this one
Because
has
people
more
at
of
the
a
time that would have bought those would have been us as children.
right. But yeah, I do think. But I mean, thing is, I do think that Boom Studios did do Power Rangers justice. Because they give more
they gave it the adult feeling
that we've been hoping for.
People who grew up with the series would love to see
As a freaking series, yeah.
Without taking away a lot of the kid-friendly aspect of it. Like, I could see a 9-10-year-old reading these comics.
Yeah. So for those of you guys that are interested, I did put some links in Boom Studios. For Boom Studios, like read the article for Reader's Rewind, One Shot, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, My Morphin Power Rangers, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, issue 1, and so yep, they're going to be doing more. It's going to be more than just. It's going to be another mini series, so obviously, and then there is the the archives of Power Rangers. I think it's Power Rangers Prime number 8 on there. I don't know if it's still available on there, but you have to check. They have a Power Rangers Prime number 1 Boom Direct Reserve exclusive on there, so you guys want to order that. So, but yeah, I'm excited for more stuff to come from Boom. Yeah. Rick, what about you, man?
Oh yeah.
Ryan, what about you? Since now you're starting to get into the comics.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with it. It gives me something to actually look forward to than spending like a shit ton of money on games or other stuff. I could spend it on comics that I'll actually read.
Yeah. Ryan, you're welcome. That's all I gotta say.
What was it? Oh, you did let me borrow that one. What was the one that you let me borrow? It was like after Kim and Tommy, like after virtually she left the main team or whatever.
Oh, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Pink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because then they made their own like Megazord or something, or she found her own group to make her own team and shit.
Yeah. And
it was pretty good.
Are you thinking about owning that just to have it, to go back and read it?
Maybe. If I find it, maybe. But I'm gonna finish like the main saga that they've got going on.
Right.
Like that time, I'm gonna finish that because I mean like I've said a million times over, it's been great.
Yeah, it has been, and I'm glad that I went back to read it because it's been. It's just very crazy that I didn't even continue. I mean, I was slacking off because I just didn't have. I just didn't have the energy or something, or the mental capacity.
I did get I think my first one I actually bought was that special edition one. It was just like a special comic that had like the one Ranger, but like it was in different section colored wise of the original 5.
Right.
It was virtually just small stories.
Yeah.
And I was going to get, because they had the not volumes, but issues there. I was going to get it, but I'm like, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to start with issue 1 from the very beginning if I'm doing that one, just so I can at least start and can continue instead of starting somewhere and then going all the way back and then having to lead to where I started at.
All right, guys. Now we're going to get into some Power Rangers Legacy Wars. We've got a silhouette here, and it's going to be a little different of how I'm going to do the reveal. So I'm going to go to Rick. Rick, who do you think this is?
It's got a sword holder on the back, so it's either going to be a Ninja Storm Ranger or it's going to be one of the Alien Rangers.
Okay.
Ryan?
Now,
I'm going to go Alien Red.
Okay. Ryan, you're next.
Oof. I'm going to be in the same boat as him just because of the style of the sword and on the sheath on the back.
Okay.
I'll probably go with red, Alien Ranger Red as well, just because.
And you guys would be correct.
Wow.
I just think it's kind of interesting.
Actually, the reveal is actually the same pose.
Yeah, because I was changing it up because usually I would do the reveals like after we did the promo thing, but since they did release this, I figured, why not? So, but with that said, let's just see off some of these, some of the special fighting moves from the Alien
Red.
Ranger, the Ranger of the Red Aquatar Ranger. Yeah, I don't know what they call it, but anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the Red Orico, the Red Aquatar Ranger / Red Alien Ranger is available on Power Rangers Legacy Wars. So definitely download
Looks like
that
he's
character.
skating.
Yes. And make sure you hydrate him because he's from an aquatic planet. That was the way
They
to
represented that by having a lot of his moves.
On the outside, just taking shit. Don't mind me.
Waterfall. And
They do make those portable showers.
Yeah, that was just
But one
freaking.
put the toilet in there and put up the thing curtain.
So now we got another silhouette, and I'm gonna go to Rick. Rick, can you guess who this is?
the Black Ranger. Can't really tell the weapon. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, if you look at the color in the background, that will give a little bit of a hint.
Is it supposed to be purple?
I'm talking about the whole thing in the background. The whole blue color.
Oh, it's a Blue Ranger?
Yes.
Oh God.
Maybe if I zoom in on the bottom of it. Hold on. Maybe that will give a little bit of a.
Is it
Maybe
an
that will help.
SPD or Time Force?
That's got a hand thing on the weapon at the bottom there. Held. Oh boy.
Ryan, what about you?
Yeah, I have no clue.
I want to say Time Force, but
Does not appear to be Time Force.
no. It wouldn't be. Hold on.
Because the weapon
Overdrive.
has a thing that you
Sorry, I had to stretch there for a sec.
turbo?
Is it Turbo?
Yes, it is the Blue Turbo Ranger. It is Justin Stewart.
Is that supposed to be like a seatbelt buckle on the end of the blade?
No, it's actually I think because if you remember in I don't know because
Bullet to rev it.
yeah because
Oh yeah, because
in the episode with
yeah,
Red
he grabs a hold of the sword and she pulls on it and yeah. That's right.
So yep. I'm just loving it. I'm just here with like because I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna give him a hand. So
That's a hard one because
yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look at his. Hold on a sec, guys. I'm gonna have to change to my. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. All right, sorry about that, guys. My AirPods were very low.
Yeah.
Because we've been on here for hours. So yeah. So anyway, for an hour and something. So let's go ahead and take a look at the fighting attacks from this Ranger.
Sorry, Justin. That's not how you treat a lady. We're gonna have to take you in for domestic
Am I the
violence.
only one that has noticed that during that whole fight, Divatox was in a pose?
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. So yep, he is.
When was she in the game? Because I don't remember her being in the game.
Right now on Legacy Wars, and also what is available, which we haven't really gotten much information for in a long time.
It looks like he's about to
a free skin of the Green Turbo Ranger, and the way you access that, it goes from
You got till tomorrow.
Yep, get it now. You have to access it through the Green Zeo Ranger 4 Green in order to get that free skin. So, guys, you have until tomorrow to do this. Otherwise, you'll have to build up points.
Wonder if that changes the move set.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, again, Legacy Wars is still going, and I like how they're adding more characters, new Rangers, and everything. But yeah, guys, if you're interested in getting this game, go to Google. You can get it from iOS. You can get it from Android. The link, more information on news and everything about Power Rangers Legacy Wars. The direct link is in the description below. So guys, definitely jump on that. I know that we three haven't played it in a long time, but for those of you that would be interested in playing it, definitely download it and support it. So now, I was going to save this for until next month, but I said, what the hell? Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition episode rates. And yes, it is called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition. And the first episode we're going to rate is Day of the Dumpster. I mean, how can you rate Day of the Dumpster? I mean, it's just, nothing's really different. It doesn't seem like they really changed much of the show. I mean, I guess the imaging's cleaner. I mean, still the nostalgic from this series. I think Hasbro and Playmates has done this great. They decided to at the end of the theme song, the opening theme, they have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition at the end. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to give this a 10. I'm going to give them props. I mean, they're not doing what Disney did, so that's good. I mean, not saying that. I mean, I understand Disney was trying to appease the kids, the new generation, because they still had Power Rangers. They still had it under contract, so they wanted to try to do something with it. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 10. Rick, what did you think? What do you think of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition Day of the Dumpster?
I mean, not really any difference. They did up it to 4K. So, not bad. Less grainy than, the copies that we've had before.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is good. It's still in the standard definition style screen size.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got the black bars on the sides.
Yeah, like you're watching it back in the 90s.
But, I mean, the coloring is slightly brighter. Other than that, there really isn't much of a difference. I think the audio's a tad bit clearer.
So,
not
what
by
would you
much.
rate it?
So, yeah. It does have the nostalgia feeling. It is Day of the Dumpster, the very first episode. Yeah, it began the whole thing. It's got its flaws for, the episode itself.
Right. What's your so? What would you? You're gonna give it an 8? Okay.
Yeah.
Ryan, let's go to you, man.
After first watching it, I thought they cut stuff out to kind of change it up. Like, why did they trim it out? But then I had to go back and watch I guess what was on Netflix. So obviously, like, they didn't change anything. In my opinion, I think the one on Netflix looked clearer to me. But I mean, through nostalgia, still the same. Yeah, agreeing with Rick. Like a lot of the, like you go back and actually watch the older stuff, you're kind of like, some things are kind of like really didn't make sense. Like when they're getting their butts whooped by the putties, and they're like,
Yeah,
I guess we need to use the morphers. They use the morphers. They don't fight the putties off. They just get teleported to Angel Grove or whatever to fight off
yeah,
like more stuff. Like you're not going to fight the guys that are there right now. But I do like. I didn't pay attention to the intro, so I really didn't know. But I do like that they added the morphin minute. That's what's called. Where it's like they do little extra kind of like backstory to kind of give you more of like a story between Rita
oh
and
yeah, wait, yeah, we'll
or
get into that a
Zordon,
little bit. We'll get
where
that a
they
little bit
yeah
in a bit,
they
but
they kind of they kind of get they kind of add a little extra detail to the story that us adults that have grown up with the series have learned. New kids who are starting into it can get more into the story, so that might get them more interested into it with maybe the comic books or whatever. So I kind of like that added detail that they put in the end.
so
But
what would you
overall,
rate it?
I'd probably give it a 9, just mainly this nostalgia and the extra
Yeah,
detail at the end that they
and the
added.
reason why I gave it a 10, because yeah, the nostalgia per,
Mhm.
purpose of it, and the reason I liked that they didn't try to overdo it, just like adding these random things they did in the 2010
I still need
reversioning.
to go back and watch that.
Yeah,
Just
so
for
I'm glad they
the
didn't do
story.
that. I'm glad they didn't do something like that. So that's a plus. I'm gonna give it a 10. And what Ryan was saying at the end of the episodes, um, they do this thing, and I'm gonna show that right now. I'll just go to it. First off, I gotta remove that and then add the video because for some reason it doesn't want. Here we go. Here we go.
The Mighty Morphin Minute.
So little short stories at the end of the episodes. They also have them available under the short options for on the Power Ranger YouTube. And I thought that's what they were going to do when they were going to release this. They were going to do, just this little mini thing and then release the actual show on Netflix. I guess not. So I do think that's interesting. And Rick, did you really mention anything about that at the end?
No.
All right. Did you ever? What did you think of that? What do you think of the Mighty Morphin Minute?
Interesting.
What?
So, so
If
yeah,
there's
Interesting thing.
we were hoping that we would have gotten a look at some of the photos from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition line. We've already discussed, a little sneak peeks at the figures and all that stuff. Somebody did this visual image, which I'm going to put up here, which looks fantastic. I love the design. I love how they did this with the action figures. I mean, as you can tell, there are details missing on the figures that, if you want to go back and customize it, you can do it yourself. I mean, I do like the look of the figures. They're not bad looking. It's just that, they're marketed to kids. So you got to remember that. It is marketed towards kids, and they're trying to get the nostalgia back from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and, with the new generation of children for the children's show. And like I was saying before, the website said come back June 1st for the full
July 1st.
lineup of the Mighty
It
Morphin Power
originally
Rangers
said June.
Reignition. Yes, and it did say June at the time. But let me go ahead and show what it says
July
now.
1st.
It don't say June anymore. The day after, so June, I kept refreshing it. Nothing. So now we got to wait July 1st to see the full lineup of the toys on the website. So my guess is they were really behind on trying to get this set up, and it didn't end up working in their favor. So we'll keep an eye out when we're going to just show the toys and everything, because we are still doing, because in this, for the episode rates, instead of on the topic for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Reignition is just going to be called that, and it's going to represent everything for the Reignition line and everything, including the toys and the show. So that's how it's going to go from here on out. We got to have something to talk about for Power Rangers. So now, guys, next week is the final Ranger Stop and PopCon. It would have been nice to go to that, but it's a shame that they're going to be ending it after.
It'll be back. Give it 10 years.
Yeah, no, then I wouldn't be interested. But so let's go here. Show the window. Let's go here. Do this. We have some Prop Master guests. So we've got Prop Master Nikki Joe. I don't want to butcher his name, so we're just not going to do that. He will be there that weekend. And then we've got Mark Richardson. He is very well known with the props and everything, and yeah, he's done some really a good job. And we got a new guest, Abraham Rodriguez, Nate Silva, the Gold Great Battle Force Ranger, Power Rangers Beast Morphers. He will be there, and so will his mustache. So definitely stop by and say hi to Abraham. Don't stop. I mean, don't, just, have fun, enjoy your time there. And then there's more things to talk about for this. Also, for those of you guys that have, I don't know what this video is. I can't remember. Sorry. It's my brain. Let's see if I can find the video. Let's see. Okay. So for some of the activities that we discussed last episode, here's a little refresher for said activities. Here we go.
Taking a dive off of a diving board. Ready.
Woke up feeling golden, technical emotion, waving like the ocean. Hello to a new day. Could it even get better than this?
So definitely, guys, check that out. It should be a really good time. I definitely suggest checking out the After Dark panel. Those are very fun. Me and Rick can tell you otherwise, because we've been to a couple of those and they're hilarious. And then we got a cosplay guest, Lady J Cosplay. She will be there that weekend. So definitely stop by and say hi. And let's see what else. So also volunteers are available. Be a volunteer, get access, win prizes. Definitely sign up for that. Everything we talk about on this episode, guys, every episode we've talked about for Ranger Stop and PopCon 2025, the final year. I always make sure to put a direct link. You just got to go to that link, and you can get all this information. And a little refresher another reminder of, if I can find it. Hold on a sec. Here. Give me 1 sec. Let's move this video right here. Do this. Here. Come on. Here we go. And then we have a reminder.
I'm gonna live it up, heart it up, hey get up, dance it out, loud it out. That's just how life goes. That's alright, do what I want, just having fun. I stopped holding back, living it up. So now I'm breaking out, feeling good now. That's just how life goes. That's alright, do what I want, just having fun. I'm following my heart, yeah, alright. And now I'm living my best life.
So definitely get your photo ops, guys, for those group photo ops. Now, unfortunately, when it comes to these conventions, there are known to be cancellations, and which is unfortunate, but stuff happens. Brennan Mejia had to cancel his appearance for Ranger Stop and PopCon. So for those of you guys who wanted to meet him, unfortunately, something came up, and he's not able to attend the final year of Ranger Stop and PopCon. So,
God damn. How dare they have a life?
yeah. But there's always a plus side to cancellations, because then we've got
replacements.
Well, not just that.
The villains take over, right?
There's always surprises in store, and that is 2 guest announcements. Those 2 will be Roger Velasco and Christopher Kamen Lee are going to be there that weekend. So, guys, definitely stop by and get an autograph, hang out, and all that fun stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wish me and Rick was going to go to this, but money and everything and travel, it takes a lot, guys.
Yeah, it does.
So but it happens. But guys, I hope you guys enjoy your weekend at Ranger Stop and PopCon. For those of you guys who are going to be going, if you need to get everything, just let you know, I always make sure to put direct links in the description below, so that way, guys, it will help you out in the long run. There's a possibility maybe they'll have options where you can see what they're charging. They have had in the past for Ranger Stop. I don't know how they do that with Ranger Stop and PopCon, but you can always double check on the website. So, but before we go on to the last topic, real quick, I wanted to say to Nakia Baris, Karen Ashley, and Mikey, thank you for giving us Ranger Stop and PopCon, something for everybody to look forward to during the summer. I wish me and Rick could have attend that. It would have been really fun. Ranger Stop is happening in November, so hopefully we'll get the guest announcements sooner than later. So we'll have to we're going to keep an eye on for that. And the tickets are on sale for Ranger Stop right now as well. And so are the tickets for PMC for 2026. So Ryan, what would you say about all this, man, for Ranger Stop and PopCon being, this is going to be its last one?
Never say never.
Yeah.
I mean, they could always take a break from it and come back in a couple of years, maybe move venues. If you got an
Yeah, we'll have
opportunity to go, awesome. That's all
I
I
mean,
can
we'll
say.
have to see. We'll have to see. I mean, right now, guys, this is the final year, so if something comes up, we're going to talk about it. We are going to discuss it. If there's anything that comes up on it, we're going to discuss it here on LR4. Me and Rick have been to Ranger Stop twice. The other, the Orlando, Ranger Stop and PopCon would have probably been fun too. But anyway, guys, definitely go there, have fun, enjoy, have a great time. Celebrate their last hurrah. So now I added this to the list for the topic list because we've been discussing this for quite some time. We've got some news for ARC and Power Rangers, a bonus content for Wave 1 and 2, free bonus content, which will be available July 16th of this year. And as you can see, Rick, what do we see in this image right now?
Oh, I don't know. Ultra Zord.
I think that's awesome. But yeah, guys, if you've been playing this game, make sure to keep an eye out for that. I'll probably be discussing this in a future episode of LR4, whether it will be in July, which is the plan to have the next episode. So, yeah, just keep an eye out for that. I'm trying to gather as much stuff to discuss for our episode 225. And with that, let's go ahead and sign off. Rick, why don't you go ahead?
As always, support your local comic book shops, support your small businesses, support the paper copy.
And Ryan?
Enjoy.
Take care of yourself out there. Take care of your loved ones. Try to stay positive.
Okay. Hey, guys, if you go ahead and mute your mics, I'm going to go ahead and do my outro here, as usual. All right, guys. That's the end of this episode of LR4. If you haven't watched it live, this is always recording as we're going live. So definitely you can go back and rewatch it. This was a long episode because I had so much to discuss. And that's why I do these episodes like periodically instead of every month, every week, every Sunday, since, we don't really have a lot of stuff to discuss within an episode. I like to space it out each month instead of doing it every Sunday that month. So anyway, let me show you this very quick. So yeah, very quick. I got my Legend of the White Dragon shirt finally. I was hoping to wear it during the interview that I did with Aaron Schonke. Guys, if you follow us if you guys like our Facebook page and follow us on there, the interview with Aaron Schonke is available on there. So guys, go check that out. We discuss, how he, worked with Jason and everything and a lot of stuff. So guys, definitely check that interview out. And also, so like I said, I've said this before, we will have a contest this year for LR4, the LR4 Morphin Mystery Box. I'm going to discuss it with my co-hosts and see when we can do it. And it's going to be, like I said, a multiple choice trivia. Only going to be 5 questions, so we're going to work on that. And guys, like I always say, make sure you guys like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and also follow us on our Instagram page. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, stay more phenomenal, And as Zordon always says, may the power protect you. And remember, once a ranger, always a ranger. And it's morphin' time. Legends never die. Everybody have a good night. All right. Later, everybody.
All right.
Peace out.
Whoops. Didn't you do that? There we go. The frozen prince arrives. And with his pet. And-